Please subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon button, like, comment, and share.
When you go into a gun shop, you automatically recognize AR-15s, AK-47s, and looking at this brass receiver, you immediately identify it as the Big Boy. Another feature of the Big Boy Henry rifles is that they are SAS approved. They have long been respected among the single action shooters and their sport. The Big Boy is currently chambered in 3 different calibers: the .357, the .44, and also the .45 Colt. Now you can shoot 38 specials in the .357 and 44 specials in the .44 Magnum. All the Henry Big Boys sport a 20-inch octagonal barrel, and all of them hold 10 rounds. All of the Big Boys are drilled and tapped at the top of the receiver where you can mount your choice of optics. I currently have the .357 in my hands. I'm firing some 38 specials. Let's shoot some targets downrange. Let's start close. Let's go across the creek a little bit at 50 yards. Nice. Click. It's a really good shooter, a really fun shooter. Now, let's take a look at the .44 Magnum. Now, I've got the .44 Mag in my hands. We all know that the .44 Mag packs a punch, and I'm shooting some 240 grain hollow points. Let's have some fun with some targets down here at the range. Woo! Well, there went that shaving cream. All right, let's go down here to some sodas. Shot underneath it. Oh yeah. Shot to the left of it. There we go. All right, let's go down here on some steel. Man, that .44 Mag. All right, there's some shaving cream right there on the ground. That thought he was going to get away. Oh, I nicked it. I think he's out. All right, I got some silly string. Oh, I'm out. We'll save that silly string for the .45 Colt. Now in my hand, I have the .45 Colt. This action on all of these rifles are just smooth as silk. Now, I enjoy the .45 Colt just as much as the other ones, but I'm kind of biased to the .45. I love the .45 caliber, and if you remember, I did a trick shot with this particular rifle about a year ago where I shot through the center of a CD without hitting the CD. Rifle is highly accurate. Now let's take out some targets. Let's go with some silly string up close. Nice. Shaving cream. That shaving cream's way better than the silly string. I get bonus points for skipping that one and hitting the bottles down there. All right, let's go across the creek. Nice. Ah, shot above it. Shot to the left. There we go. Oh, I got another one. Let's go right here close. All right, we are out. Guys, the Henry Big Boy. They're great rifles, and like I said, with the 3 calibers that they're chambered.
Hi, Ron Spomer here with my new favorite fun gun. This is Winchester's Model 1866. As the name suggests, it was created in 1866. Oliver Winchester took the old Henry rifle and he improved it. He put a loading gate back here so you could run rounds up into the tubular magazine, and he put a fore-end on it so you didn't get burned holding on to the barrel. Well, this set the world on fire. From here on out, everybody wanted a Winchester because it was a repeating rifle. No more muzzle loading, no more single shots. You had all the ammo you needed in that tube. Well, they still make this beautiful rifle. The Yellow Boy it's called because it has a brass receiver. And it's now chambered for something that's easy to get and easy to fire, the 38 Special. You can load this baby up and plink with it, take small game with it. Someday I might even try hunting a deer with this 38 because through a rifle barrel, of course, you get much better ballistics than you would with a handgun. But the ammunition is inexpensive and easy to find, and the Yellow Boy rifle is true to its original. It still does all the things it did back then. It's exactly the same engineering, and it's a beautifully balanced rifle, and it's just fun to operate. If you're like me, you've a lot of rifles of bolt actions and single shots and ARs, fun guns, right? Try a lever action if you really want to have some fun and go back to your historic roots. The Winchester Model 1866 is a great way to do it. Wow. Winchester Model
Cowboy action
1866.
shooting, the 3855 has been resurrected. Henry Repeating Arms just didn't make another side loading gate. They made a side loading gate better. Let me explain. The Henry side gate has the familiar brass receiver, like found on the big boys. This brass receiver is strong as steel, and they've also took the liberty to drill and tap the top of the receiver where you can mount an optic of your choice. The rifle does hold 5 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, and it sports a 20-inch blued barrel. The rifle still has the very familiar buckhorn sights, and it does have something a little bit different on the front of the rifle. This has their ivory bead, unlike the brass bead that you may find on the original big boy rifles. The rifle does sport a brass butt plate and also has a brass barrel strap that has a sling swivel mounted right into it. The Henry Sidegate lever action has beautiful American walnut wood and has tight laser checkering on the forearm of the stock and also on the rear. There are 2 things that make this rifle extremely safe. The first of those things, in-hammer slide transfer bar safety. The second thing is Henry kept the tube magazine. Not only can you load from the side of the receiver, but you can also load the Henry rifle just like you did before. This will guarantee it to be one of the safest, if not the safest, side loading gate action rifles ever created. We've talked enough about this rifle, let's do some shooting. All right, I'm gonna load up the Henry side gate lever action rifle here, chambered in 3855 with some 255 grain pills. Got a Doolin tree down there at about 50 yards. Let me see if I can slap a little steel. She'll shoot. Henry Repeating Arms, as we know it, has been in business since 1997. And one thing that they do value is their customer. If it wasn't for you guys with the thousands of emails, comments, and suggestions on this rifle probably would never came to the market. But thank you very much for your comments and concerns. And
I'm the
remember,
Browning Firearms product manager, and this is the Browning Lever Action Rifle, or BLR. It is the modern lever action gun. And I say modern because it has a detachable box magazine which allows for pointed bullets, which you can't do with a tubular magazine. So if you like lever actions and you want a modern cartridge, this is the gun to have. And it is full featured. It has a rack and pinion lever, which makes it extremely smooth. It's got a hammer with a fold down for an added measure of safety. It has an aluminum alloy receiver, so it's nice and lightweight. The bolt locks up into a barrel extension like the BAR does with a rotary head on the bolt. And for those that travel a lot, and when size is an issue, we have a takedown model.
powder loads.
You can see the
You can
full
also load loads that are pretty hot that you can use to take pretty much any big game animal in North America. I myself love the 4570. Here recently, this past spring, I was able to take my first big game animal with the 4570 cartridge. The barrel on this rifle is 18.43 inches long. It does have a brass bead front sight, and it is equipped with the buckhorn sight on the rear. This rifle is sporting the hard chrome finish. This is what sets this rifle apart. This will allow you to take this rifle out hunting or as a truck gun. And the old saying, you know, you can ride them hard and put them away wet. This is what they meant by this rifle. Henry did not shy away from having wood furniture on their rifles. This rifle, it does have wood furniture on it, but it has a special coating to help keep out the elements. The magazine holds 4 rounds. And this is my favorite part of the video. Now, these particular rounds that I'm using are 300 grain hollow points. It does hold 4 rounds. And I've got some 3-liter soda bottles down here that I need to take care of. All right, eyes and ears are on. Here we go. All right, let's get the one on top of the target right there. Wham! All right, let's get this guy right here pretty close. It just obliviates it. All right, that one on the ground, it's not going to get away from us. Oh, that never gets old. Never, ever gets old. All right. My glasses are fogging up pretty bad here. Let me reload it. So now that I've destroyed all the 3 liters on my range, let's do a little bit of an accuracy test with it. Let's go across the creek. Now these are 6-inch targets at 50 yards. Put my glasses back on. All right. Well, I just killed my target. All right, let's go to the other one right there to the right. Nailed it. All right, let's go with the bowling pin right up here close. Boom. All right. Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Henry TV. If you have any other questions about this particular rifle, make sure you go over to the Henry's Facebook page. Henry put out the idea of the X-Gun. It was a concept gun. And if you recall, Dan and I made a video wanting to hear you guys' feedback on the X-Gun concept. This is different. This is way different from Henry Repeating Arms. In 2018, they already knew that the side loading gate was going to hit the market the following year. So they did not want to put out the concept gun without the side loading gate. Now that Henry Repeating Arms introduced the side loading gate, the X-Gun has been born. Henry has never put a synthetic stock on any of their centerfire rifles. This is the first. Now, the reason why they went with a synthetic stock instead of a stained wood stock like we had in the concept gun is because synthetic stocks, they're a little bit lighter, but not only that, they will hold up to the harshest of elements. The synthetic stock has a pick rail right on the bottom of the forearm of the stock. It also has 2 M-LOK slots on the left and right hand side. This will give you 2 extra spots to put a flashlight or laser. On the rear of the rifle is a rubber butt pad. This particular firearm is chambered in 4570, and let me tell you, you will want that rubber butt pad there. The receiver is drilled and tapped for a rail if you want to put a red dot or an optic of your choice. The X-Gun has fiber optic sights both on the front and rear of the rifle. This will allow for quick target acquisition. In reading the comments on the X-Gun concept 2 years ago, everyone wanted a threaded option. All the X-Guns are threaded. The synthetic stock also has a built-in sling mounts, both on the forearm and also on the butt of the rifle. Since last year when the side loading gates were introduced, you guys have been wanting the big boy calibers. The X-Gun is not only available in the 45-70, which you see here, it's also available in 410, 38, 357, 44 mag, and also 45 Colt. Henry is very pleased on how their X-Gun has turned out, and they know you will be also. Now, there's going to be more on the X-Gun here on Henry TV, so don't forget.
Thanks for watching. Product buying links are given in the video description.